What's up, fight fans? Thank you once again for coming through. Much appreciated. Remember, hit that subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel. All right, let's talk Chris Eubank Jr. A lot of people have asked me, calm down, maybe one or two have asked me about Chris Eubank Jr. and his weight leading up to the St. George Groves fight. I call him St. George, by the way, all the time. Obviously, the fight takes place February, Manchester. I'm going to be there. It's going to be a cracking fight. Now, Chris Eubank Jr. went on the scales recently and posted a video of him jumping on the scales. Remember, this was 23rd of December, so we're talking, what, 7 or 8 weeks out, on the scale, showing that he is already below the super middleweight limit of 168 pounds. He weighed in at 11 stone 10, which is 164 pounds. And a lot of people are saying, is he overcooking it? Is he too small for the weight class? Addy, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Before I get into what I think, what I will say categorically is this. I've had the privilege of going to a number of gyms in the lead up to big fights. So just going around, looking at people, checking them out, watching them on the pads. And I watch. I'm there to film, but I kind of just watch because I'm very interested to see how all the fighters do and what they do in their preparations. I don't think, and I've seen a lot of people, I'm not joking, I've seen a lot of people, even the ones that are in tremendous shape, like David Haye, for example. I don't think I've seen a fighter in more physical, primed condition than I've seen Chris Eubank Jr. He is physically a machine. Physically. Now, say what you want in terms of, does that relate to boxing, or how does that help? Some of the best boxers in the world are not. I get that. But he physically is the best. I think he's physically the best specimen I've seen in a boxing ring since Roy Jones Jr. Andre Berto's another one that's always in fantastic shape. But I think physically he's amazing. And I'm talking out of fighting time. So I'm not trying to say a week before a fight where everyone has six packs. I'm talking there's no fight scheduled. And he's just inviting people to his gym for a little, you know, let me show you what I can do. There's no fight scheduled and this guy has an 8-pack. He physically is in phenomenal shape. He doesn't drink, doesn't eat shit, and just takes it very seriously. Doesn't smoke. All these things he does not do. And he's on camera and on record saying that. So when I see him weighing at 164 pounds, am I a bit concerned? Yes, maybe. I think George Groves is a big guy. I think a lot of people said George Groves struggles to make the 168 limit. But I don't necessarily think this fight's about size and power and strength. I think this fight's about skill set and speed. And if it comes down to that, then him being a bit light shouldn't be a problem. Look, I'm not going to compare him to Floyd Mayweather. That's very stupid. But Floyd, one of those fighters as well. Floyd has comfortably said on numerous occasions, I can make the 140-pound limit. I can make the 140-pound limit. Floyd says he eats himself up to 147 sometimes. He weighs in on the day and is comfortably way within 147. So he eats himself to 147. I'm trying to think of it two ways. If I am a fighter, do I want to be cutting down in weight? So do I want to be in the gym, harnessing my skills, or trying to make weight, which a lot of fighters do? Or do I just want to be fighting at my optimum? Do I want to be able to eat red beef as steak on the day of the weigh-in and feel overly confident and 110% nutrition? Or do I want to be one of those guys that are in the saunas, in the steam rooms, using all the weight cutting techniques they can do to make the weight and then try and rehydrate themselves up? I want to be Chris Eubank. And I've said a lot of fighters do this. And I think that's why fighters' careers are ending a lot shorter than this. So they're almost trying to force themselves into a weight category. Chris Eubank clearly isn't doing that. Chris Eubank is very comfortable where he is. And do I think he's a bit too light? Possibly. But I like the idea of almost having to be comfortable, going to the gym, eating a meal. You know how many fighters, and I know this for a fact, don't eat for like 1 or 2 days before weigh-ins. So they might have the best six-pack in the world. They might look fantastic, but they're dehydrated as fuck. They then go into the ring and look shit because they're dehydrated. I'd rather the opposite way of eating my way up to a fight. That's me personally. So, look, is there an issue of him being 164 pounds? Some people might say so. I don't think so. I think this fight comes down to speed and skill. And I think He's just a bit more, well, he's a lot faster than George Groves, and I think he has the better skill set. That's what I think. If it gets down to the later rounds, then George Groves' power and strength might work in his favour, but I don't know. I don't know. But in terms of the actual him being 164 pounds right now, I don't see a problem with it right now. That's just my 2 cents. Guys, what do you think? Let me know. Peace.